in an effort to prove that the people of California all aren't batshit crazy. The 7-year-long battle to have violent video games banned in the state has finally ended today, with video games of course being the winner. But it makes you think. If you elect crazy people into office, you kinda get crazy decisions and things for them to waste money on. Seriously, if you look at all the money that was invested throughout these 7 years to protect the free speech of video games, it's probably enough to sink the Titanic twice over. EvE Online, a space MMO that I'm sure a lot of you have never heard of, has been having problems as of recently. The way to describe it is that the big wigs of the MMO have decided that they wanted to make a large amount of the player fan base shit themselves in rage. And true, a lot of other MMOs have done the same, so what makes EvE so new? Well, except for the part that they've completely halted commerce in the game's two large and traded port in Jita of Amar, nothing. They've employed a nice brand of space gridlocking by use of thousands of players. So to anyone who is actually caught up in the trade port, well, they're actually fucked. It's quite interesting to watch, really, like watching ants try to take down an elephant. Some of you may be wondering why such an uproar. Well, it's because the company that makes EvE Online decided to put in vanity items into the game. Now, sure, we all know that MMOs are blood-sucking little things that don't give a fuck about you unless you have a large amount of capital invested. The big deal here is that some of the in-game items cost more than their real-world counterparts. So let's say you go to the mall and you pick up a pair of trousers for $20. Then you come home, turn on the game, and you buy another pair of trousers for your in-game counterpart. But it cost $50. Huh? What do you mean that's batshit crazy? It's okay for a game to have its cake and eat it too. Well, to be fair, in EvE's Online case, they want the cake, the mixer, the chef, the bakery, and the whole fucking block that it resides on. But as I said, I am not an expert on EvE Online, but I did receive a letter from a viewer, and it goes in verbatim this: we aren't mad they introduced this overpriced shit, but it's this shit to unbalance the economy. All of us here at EvE work hard for everything we get and don't want to see it toppled because the company decided they wanted to fuck with us. Now, me being a totally biased critic that I am, I decided to look up a few things, and it seemed that there was a memo floating around the EvE Corporation that is called Greed is Good, which was leaked to the public, which, if I had to sum this up, reads, fuck the players, let's see how much we can milk them for. Once again, I am paraphrasing. In other, less depressing MMO news, the Forza 4 Limited Collector's Edition has been announced, and it looks like it was shipped with 10 extra cars. I've never actually had the chance to sit down and play a Forza game the way I would like to. This will be my first purchase of an actual Forza game, so I'm looking forward to it. Forza 4 will drop October 11th. If you're one of the few people who still care about Brink at this point, well then good news for you. The first DLC for Brink is going to be totally free. Well, at least for the first 2 weeks, then they're going to start charging you for it. The early bird gets the worm, so they say, even if the worm is filled with glitches and questionable gameplay. The first 2 Uncharted games are coming in the form of a bundle now. Well, at least they are coming to Europe on July 22nd. No word on the American release date, but I'm guessing they don't really care. Because either way, if you have had a PS3 for over 6 months and you don't have at least one of these 2 games, then you probably don't care anyway. Oh yes, I will be now making videos Mondays and Fridays. Monday will be the news and Friday will be a game review of my choosing. It's getting quite hard to make these videos actually. The reason I didn't have any videos up last week is because my computer was on the fritz and I was forced to use my laptop and I can't make a video on that shit.